This week's TED Talk, we had to watch a video on a social worker professor at Houston University. Her name was Brene Brown. And we had to relate what she said about the government and how that relates to politics at the state level. So I think that what she said was meant a lot because she talked about how government and religion are all like do this, do this, do this, and don't look at all this other stuff that we're doing behind your back and like under kind of like the covers type of deal. Um, and I believe that our politics are like that today. I believe that the government, especially on the state level, try to make them seem like all the politicians are not vulnerable, and they're worthy for the election because they do this and do this, and they've done this for seniors, or they support education in this way and that way. Um, and I feel like politicians don't have courage. They aren't worthy in a sense that they are truthful and that they are never lying, which is definitely something we all do. But politicians, especially, um, have a knack for lying about more important things that affect other people's lives other than themselves. Um, as far as the state government, I can remember the election for governor, um, and on TV they would always play Roy Cooper commercials, and he would bash his opponent, and vice versa, and they'd just be arguing and bickering, and it kind of left people thinking like which candidate do we hate more? Honestly, is what it comes down to, and uh, that's not the way that politics should be run. That's not the way our government should be run, in my opinion. I think that it should be run like Miss Brown said, um, based upon the foundation that um, people are vulnerable. People don't like to talk about their shame. People don't like to be imperfect, but at the same time, they like to feel a connection with one another and people are so scared to not have that connection, as she stated, that um, they make their lives want to be perfect, as she showed the present with the golden ribbon on top. That's what all of us want our lives to look like, but it's just not the way our lives work. Not the way no one's had a perfect life in the history of humanity. So it's nothing to say that no person's life no is going to be perfect. And I think that the politicians now need to focus more on being vulnerable, showing that they make mistakes and that they, you know, have done things wrong in their past and they are imperfect. Instead of numbing it like they do, they hide behind a wall of shame, um, just to cover up all their lies and their history. Instead of being vulnerable and showing people that they're vulnerable. Um, One last thing that I've thought that was very important is how she ended the talk about people being enough. I think that's one thing that I grew up hearing. I was very fortunate to grow up in a place with a loving family where I felt worthy to love and was worthy enough to feel love in a household with a great family. I know not everyone is fortunate enough to have that, but I think that that has led me and um, to the person that I am today, and I'm very thankful for that. But that's about all I have. Thank you.